Welcome back, everybody. Today I have something special in store. I bought another computer to take a look at. Inside this very box that I have yet to open up to this point is a very special computer, and one that you probably never heard of before. It's from HP, and basically it was their attempt to compete with the 2013 Apple Mac Pro, you know, the trash can PC that people called it back then. It definitely looks more like a Bluetooth speaker than a computer. This right here is an HP Pavilion Wave 600. And like I said before, it was basically HP's answer to the 2013 Apple Mac Pro. It's definitely not the most conventional looking PC, that's for sure. The basic design of this PC is pretty similar to the Mac Pro. You've got basically three sections for your CPU, GPU, hard drive, as well as your RAM. It has a top cooling fan that basically blows air out from the top of the PC. And funny enough, it's got some pretty decent built-in audio. Hence why it kind of looks like a Bluetooth speaker. So I have been eyeing one of these computers for quite a while, and I finally found a really good deal on eBay for one. And yeah, I figured it'd be a really interesting video. So let's get this thing up and running, see if everything works, and explore more of the HP Pavilion Wave. So in terms of first impressions, this thing is actually in really, really good condition. I don't see any stains or discoloring on whatever this material is. Barely any scuffs or scratches on the top. Just some light wear and tear. That'll clean up pretty well. So it looks like we've got a headphone jack, USB 3, and then towards the back we've got power button, SD card slot, USB-C, which is really nice, two more USB 3.0 ports. We've got Ethernet display port, which is also pretty nice, HDMI, and then power in. Not too shabby. The listing also said that this is equipped with a 6th gen Core i3, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. All right, let's plug this thing into power, see what happens. Okay, everything's good so far. And turn it on. Let me see. Okay, it's not powering up. And I have the power connected. It's not the original power supply, because this thing didn't even come with one. It was just one that I had lying around that fit in the AC port. Let me see if I got another power supply to take a look. Maybe it's not providing enough power, maybe? All right, I found another power supply. Let's try this again. Nope, nothing. I've got one more power supply that I'm going to try. Okay, third time's the charm, I think. Nope. So it looks like we got some sort of internal issue. So, but hey, this will be an opportunity to take it apart and see what's inside. We'll start with removing these 3 rubber feet on the bottom, because it looks like from what the tutorial is telling me online, it opens up from the bottom instead of the top like I was thinking. Luckily those come off pretty easily. Oh, those screws are looking pretty stripped, so I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm definitely going to replace those. Can't have no stripped screws. Oh, just lifts right off. That's pretty convenient. I guess here we can get a better view of what's going on inside. Yeah, it's pretty similar to how the Mac Pro is set up, because it looks like we've got our hard drive over here, front I/O and some other stuff over here, and it looks like right here is the actual motherboard. So everything is relatively accessible. And then I have no idea what this gigantic thing in the middle is. I'm guessing that's the built-in speaker. And luckily, this little shroud thing, all we got to do is unplug it from the front I/O, and it should just lift off somehow. That does not want to be unplugged. Oh wait, there we go. Alright, so, oh, there's one more cable. That is not easily placed right there. There we go. Okay. Now we should just be able to lift this away, I think. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how well you can see that, but I thought like this entire thing was open air, but nope, doesn't look like it. It's just there for looks. Literally the only ventilation is like towards the very top here. I don't know how sufficient that is for cooling, but whatever. Some sort of diode right here. I don't know what exactly that's for. Looks like that cooling fan's definitely going to need some cleaning. I just want to figure out why exactly it wasn't powering on. We're just going to take the hard drive out, because I want to see if it's been wiped or not. Who knows, I might end up putting an SSD in this eventually. There's our 1 terabyte hard drive, manufactured August of 2016. Oh, what's this? Hello, mysterious USB port with a mysterious USB dongle. I have no idea what that is for. Huh. Well, we'll just leave it there, I guess. Looks like here is where our... I'm going to need a bigger Torx head. Where our RAM should be. Oh my god, those... There we go. Feels like those have never been removed. Alright, and then we should just... Oh! Sweet! Easily accessible RAM. Pretty standard 8 gigs DDR4. Looks like now you can kind of get a better view of the cooling situation. I'm guessing that's where our CPU is, and it looks like it's socketed too, which is definitely nice if we want to upgrade. Okay, so I was doing some more investigating. This little diode right here, apparently it's a thermal sensor. So, yeah, I guess that's what that does. Okay, so there should be a way to remove this bracket here. I don't know if we need to remove it, but the tutorial says how to remove it, so I'm guessing we probably will need to remove it to get deeper inside. There we go. Took some finagling, but we got that part off. Ew. Dust. Looks like we've got our wireless card here. May also double as Bluetooth, I'm not entirely sure. And it looks like we're gonna have to unplug this in order to get that top part off. Oh my god, half of these screws just suck. Not very good screws, HP. I'm sorry. Sorry to admit. Those screws on that top bezel do not want to come undone. They are quite stiff. Oh, that one is really not wanting to go. There we go. Oh, sounds like things are coming loose. That's good. This one's really stubborn. There we go. This HP really did not want us to get into this thing. Okay, so that part's loose. Now how do we get that top part off? I'm guessing it's these Torx head ones that also don't seem to want to come undone. Okay, tell me how this makes any sense. So we've got Torx head screws all around this bezel part, and then there's one tiny, 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 tiny little Phillips head right there. Just why? What's the point? Oh, what the hell? We also have to remove those way, way in there, and I don't think I have a screwdriver that is long enough to reach. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, and those ones do not want to come unscrewed at all. I wonder if we even have to take off this top part. I'm hoping not. No, we do have to take that off. Oh, HP, why do you do this? Oh, I think I might have got it. Thank God these have grooves in there, so I can technically use a flathead to get them out. It just means they're not going to be easy to get back on. So if they're not needed there, I might not even bother putting them back. We'll see. These screws aren't magnetized either, so that's going to make it even harder to get them back in. Oh, maybe they are magnetized. Oh. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. All of that just to get the top off. What a ridiculously designed computer. Oh, there's our speaker and our heatsink. So it looks like all the sound and the heat just comes from this top part. Interesting. That's a pretty decently sized speaker. Wonder how good it sounds. Okay, so I think the speaker will just slide out like this, I think. Maybe. Oh, yep, there we go. Nice. Pretty cool. All right, we can get a better glance at the motherboard here. I noticed this port right here which is strange because I thought that was originally for Wi-Fi, but, you know, that's right over here. I haven't done a whole lot of research on this, but I think that might actually be for a graphics card, which I had no idea that they even made graphics cards for the mini PCIe interface. And no, not those mini PCI to PCI X16 adapters, like a real GPU that connects directly to this port. Oh! Plugged it in. Got a light. I don't think we had that before. Oh, so it looks like it's receiving power, so that's good. Still not getting a response from that power button. Guess we're going in further. So I'm guessing all three of these pieces just kind of come apart to access the board, which we're going to have to access it anyway so that I can, you know, check on the CPU. I haven't felt this kind of exhaustion and frustration since we took a look at that retro Alienware laptop from 2006. Good news is it looks like all of these stupid Torx head screws are all the same size, so I don't have to really worry about them going back in the same order. That's nice. So I think we should just be able to, yeah, there we go. Next, we're gonna get this part off. Nice, that's pretty slick. Just comes right off there. And we'll just unplug that fan. How is that even connected? Oh. There's the fan. Definitely gonna have to clean that. At least as far as the power switch goes, I don't see that the connector's loose or anything. I don't see a way on the motherboard to jump start it with a screwdriver either. What to do, what to do? Do I dare try to take the entire motherboard out? Might as well at this point. We've come this far, why not finish the journey? Okay, that makes no sense. So you've got screws on the inside here, but the other two you have to unscrew from the back? Why? Why do it that way? Whatever. I'm not questioning anything. I don't know anything anymore. Pretty interesting looking heatsink design. Thermal compound looks relatively okay. That's pretty dry though. We're definitely gonna have to replace that. And then there is our processor. But we don't need to remove that at this point because we should just be able to lift this out, I think. There we go. There we go. Completely disassembled. All of that just to access the motherboard. I'm no expert on soldering, but at least at a glance, those solder joints look perfectly fine. Oh, you can put an M.2 SSD here. It just sucks that you have to flip the board over to even install one. Might end up doing that. And I should most definitely replace that clock battery as well. I'm pretty sure that's long gone. Yeah, and visibly there's nothing wrong with the board, at least from what I can tell. Either way, I think this is pretty much all I'm willing to do tonight because I am exhausted and frustrated. So we're just gonna leave it here for now. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I bought myself a legit power supply for this thing, 150 watts. This is a real official power supply for the HP Wave. If this doesn't get it to power on, nothing will. Okay, we're just gonna power it up for just a second since we don't have the heatsink on. Fingers crossed. Yes! Yes! I knew it worked! Unplug it. I don't want to fry the CPU. That was really strange how it legit required a very specific kind of power supply. I tried 65 watts. I tried 90 watts. I tried, I think, 120. Nope. It absolutely needs 150 watts. Otherwise, it will not do anything. But, hey, it works. So I'm happy about that at least. So now that we know that it finally powers on, I am going to put the heatsink back on, put this together enough to power up and boot into the BIOS. And I also want to see, I have this extra M.2 SSD lying around I want to put in this thing. So I want to make sure that's detected because the M.2 slot's on the bottom and I really don't want to deal with that after it's been installed. So yeah, let's put the heatsink back on and power it up. All right, got the heatsink back on, the fan on, got it put back in the motherboard bracket thing. Let's power it up and see if we can get into the BIOS. Oh, we have to reach way in there for the power button because it's like recessed way in there. Let's see how we're going to do this. There we go. Whoa! That is one powerful fan. Wow. There we go. All right. F10. BIOS setup. System information. BIOS date 6/23/2016. Intel Core i3 6100T, which I have a 6th gen Core i7 coming in the mail that I'm going to replace that with. We've got 8 gigs of RAM. I might end up putting 16 in this eventually. Date and time is obviously reset. Let's make sure our storage device is coming up. Let's see here. Not seeing it come up in here. I must wonder maybe it doesn't have compatibility with SATA M.2 drives. Maybe I think I might need an NVMe. Power on options. Post messages. We're actually going to enable that. Not really a whole lot to edit in this BIOS. Again, I'll probably have to figure out what's going on with that that M.2 drive not being detected. But the good news is that she works. So once I get that i7 in the mail, we're going to install that and put this all back together and hopefully install an OS. Oh my God, look at this mess. This project has been taking way too long. I can't stand to look at this anymore. I need to have this thing all put back together because, yeah, my desk is quite a mess. This thing is finally up and running. Running Windows 10 because, well, it's not compatible with Windows 11, at least not officially. And in case you're wondering how that built-in speaker sounds, oh, sounds great. Oh, so nice. And apparently, I just found out down here it has built-in microphones. So let me see if I can find like a voice recorder. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. See how that sounds. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, okay, that's way too loud. Testing. Okay. But yeah, microphones work. This project was definitely a challenge. I actually didn't end up putting this back together correctly, considering, well, I got some missing screws here and there, but everything works. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for. I could put Linux on it and play around with that, but other than that, like, yeah, it's cool. It's got some really, really good audio, but at the end of the day, it's just an ordinary PC. And if you take all of this away from it, it's pretty ordinary. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to end up keeping this or getting rid of it, but either way, this is a really fun video to make. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.